live yogurt, because it contains some enzymes. It's very good for your intestines.
Okay. Dry fruits.
Dry fruits.
Dry fruits.
Of course, for the ladies, the young ladies, not like you, the young ladies like us. It's very essential to eat some dry fruits because it contains potassium, magnesium, you know, loaded with those minerals.
Okay.
It's very essential.
Okay. Now let's get back to the Egyptian cuisine.
Yes.
We have certain habits, and the Egyptian cuisine tends to be a little bit fatty, a little bit. How can people enjoy the authentic Egyptian food with less fats?
Yes, you can.
How?
If you reduce using your fat, you can.
The problem is, Mrs. Muna, people think that only the butter and oil gives the taste to the food.
Let's face it, it's very nice. It's very nice to eat with butter or lots of fat. But if you reduce your consuming of fat, it won't be bad. It's very good. You know, I tried, by the way, I tried to make molokhia with olive oil, and it was great.
It worked?
Yes.
With olive oil?
Yes.
Molokhia with olive oil?
Yes, yes. The touch of molokhia was with it. Really, it was great. But you have to heat the oil, so the scent goes away. Then you put the garlic and coriander and so on, and you will taste the best molokhia ever.
Okay. Speaking of molokhia, which is my favorite dish, what is your favorite dish?
To tell the truth?
Yes.
It's the full mesdames.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Beans, okay.
I love it. I love it. When I went to Canada, actually, when I was my nutritionist, she told me, what do you eat in the morning? Because, you know, there, they want and they like to eat fat. So they told them to eat, you know, margarine before they discovered that margarine is not okay. I told her, we have something else. She said, what? I told her, we eat broad beans with olive oil. She said, you know what? It's a neat idea. This is very good for especially the people who has cholesterol, because it's very good to eat, you know, dried beans. هنعمل حاجتين ظراف. هنعمل النهارده نوع من الفراخ بالبطاطس البيوريه في الفرن والجبنه، وهنعمل حاجه ظريفه زي التارت معموله بالكريم باتيسير والفاكهه، وهتشوفوا طريقه عمل الكريم باتيسير الصحيح. نشوف المقادير بتاعه الطبق الاساسي بتاعنا ونشوف هنعمله ازاي. عندي جبنه موتزاريلا هنا، الجبنه دي كور. الفكره الفرق بينها وبين الجبنه الموتزاريلا المبشوره ان دي ملحها اقل والدسم بتاعها اقل. عندي هنا اهو بصله مبشوره بس بصله متوسطه، مكيال وربع كريمه لباني، هنا حوالي 4 بطاطسيات مسلوقين ومهروسين ولازم يبقوا طازه وفي نفس الوقت مسلوقين كويس قوي. عندي هنا فرختين مسلوقين ومقطعين حتت بالعظم بتاعهم مفيش اي مشكله، وجبنه جرانا بادانو. ده الطبق الاول بتاعي، هتشوفوا هيتعمل ازاي وقد ايه هو بسيط وجميل. اول حاجه بعملها بحط الحله بتاعتي على النار، شويه زيت، مش كتير يعني معلقتين كده. طبعا الزيت بالطريقه دي بينزل قليل قوي فما تخافوش. بقرب البصل، هشوح البصل او هصفره خفيف خالص. ده اللي بنقول عليه جراتيني زي ما بيقولوا، الجبنه الموتزاريلا. هقطعها بالطريقه دي. طبعا احلى جبنه موتزاريلا هي الجبنه اللي من لبن الجاموسي، وفي ايطاليا الجبنه دي غاليه جدا، بافالو ميلك. احنا عندنا الناس مش عارفه الجبنه اللي بالبافلو ولا بالبقري، لو تقروا كده في انواع بتبقى خليط. نيجي بقى في الطاجن اللي هنحطه في الفرن. هحط الفراخ بالطريقه دي. دلوقتي الكريمه غليت. هعمل ايه بقى؟ البطاطس هحطها اللي هي البيوري. هحط الجبنه دي كده، وبعدين كل ده يتحط على الفراخ. نحاول ان احنا نغطيها. طبعا دي طريقة ظريفة جديدة لسبب، لان احنا ما بنحمرش الفراخ، لكن بنعمل معاها نوع من انواع البطاطس البيوريه كطبق متكامل دمه خفيف وظريف في نفس الوقت. هنحطه في الفرن بحيث ان هو يتحمر ويسخن.
Since many mothers they have their kids now in school, and the kids sometimes get bored from the same sandwiches that they eat every day. Every day, mom, it's either cheese or halawa or whatever, so they get bored. What is the type of advice that you can give to mothers in order to be like creative and innovative in the sandwiches so that they make their children love this meal?
All children, as you see, loves pizza.
Yes.
So you can make it like pouches and bread, you know. You make the mix of pizza like olive and tomato with cheese and...
so the ingredients of the pizza
exactly,
in the
and bake it with bread.
Okay.
Bake it with bread. You put this stuff in bread and you wrap it, put it in the oven.
Or microwave? Can I microwave it?
No.
No.
I don't like microwave. Okay? And you bake it and you give it to the kids. They eat it because they love the taste, the mix, this mix, they love it. And she can bake also, you know, she can get some dough from outside and put some cheese and green pepper or whatever, and she can bake it and give it to the kids. They love the baked goods, actually. You know, they love the taste of the mix of cheese and vegetables, and they eat the cheese and vegetables as well.
Mrs. Muna, as I said earlier, you used to present programs about cooking and healthy recipes.
Yes.
Now, my son is 13 years old, and he seems to be very interested in cooking, which is very interesting to me.
That's good.
So, I want to ask you, here in Egypt, we don't have these special programs directed for kids. I mean, the kids' programs are usually about talents, about hobbies.
Exactly.
But they don't touch upon certain things such as cooking for kids. And how can kids be creative and have their own recipes and have competitions, for example?
Yes.
I have seen this in other international programs such as
I know.
the chef's program. I don't remember its name, but it was
even in other channels like food channels or
yes,
so on,
for kids, and kids they present their own recipes. How can moms support their children when it comes to doing this, and how can you as someone who is a pioneer in this field Help us in that. Why don't we have a program for kids?
Actually,
cooking?
I started to do this in my program when I present some kind of cooking or cookies because of the feast or Eid. I brought some kids and I tried to learn them how to make simple cookies, and it was an idea that I think about it, or I thought about it. But after things, I couldn't do this anymore. So it's very important to do this, even for girls or boys. Actually, I went once. The Deutsch school, invited me to do so with boys, especially boys.
We are approaching the spring, and here in Egypt we celebrate spring or Easter, Sham al-Nasim.
Yes.
Okay, and our own celebration is a bit smelly. Fisikh, which is some sort of
salted fish,
salted preserved fish. I want to take a recipe from you that is somehow new to the audience. How can they make Sham al-Nasim or Easter?
Okay, actually people like to eat smoked fish and fisikh and melouha, whatever they like, and actually I like that. I like people to preserve their identity.
Okay, let's take the recipe. Yes. The ingredients.
Okay. For the fisikh, of course, you have to put oil and lots of lemon, so you keep it safe.
Yes.
And you have to bring it, of course, from a very good source. But if you like to eat some kind of smoked fish, of course, filet, smoked, I deal with those. You can, cut it small strips, and you add lots of lemon juice, lots of vegetables like sweet peppers, green and red peppers, and onion as well. And leave it for night, You put lemon juice, lots of lemon juice, and vegetables and onion, and leave it in the fridge to the second day. And then you eat the very, very tasty smoked fish. Ringa, as you know.
Okay. In the West, they add the cap to the salmon fish. Can we add capra to this kind of fish? Would it be healthy to
no, it's not a healthy thing. It's a tasty thing, The capra, it's a kind of a combination between the salmon, smoked salmon, and capra, onion, and some lemon juice, of course. This is a combination of the dish, But if you add the capra, it's not going to be an add to the dish.
Mrs. Mona Amer, nutritionist. Thank you very much for being with us in this edition of Women's World.
It's been a pleasure
nice
to be with you.
Thank you very much.